Lessons learned from an early adapter in the blockchain gaming space. MetaFighter being an early adapter of play to earn and NFTs, we would like to know the lessons you have learned in the journey so far. So what have you learned in good and bad times about this whole experience?
Yeah, I can take over this part, Andreas. I like this question, really great question, Marcella. So that is super important also for us. We made a lot of thoughts. What we have done so far with MetaFighter and what have we learned. And since the crypto gaming industry is, kind of still a playground and has not reached mass adoption, just like AAA games, there are still a lot of missings in this section. When we look at the crypto space, there are ton of play to earn games. I think last time I checked, over 2,000 games.
Okay.
They're more likely indie game studios,
Yeah.
just like we are, and trying to fight for market shares in the crypto space, which significantly goes down after the last bull market.
Mm-hmm.
And also when it comes, have you ever heard from your family and friends that people are playing crypto games? You always hear, playing AAA games.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, I think also, as Andreas has mentioned before, is that the crypto industry itself, is super volatile, has often negative headlines in the news with scams, with frauds. So the traditional player, don't want to be afraid actually getting hacked while playing, instead of pressing any button on any device to just start playing. And that is something what we also see as a big challenge when it comes to promote play to earn games. And I would say in a nutshell that security and education have a big role when it comes to building a big player base.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to a big player base, that's actually our main target as a game studio to make our game success. We need a big player base.
Yeah.
And in the last 24 months, in the last 2 years, we saw an increase of a player base in the Web2 space because it was new, fresh, decentralized NFTs, use cases, and rewards, and which was in a hype cycle. But along with the market direction in crypto, there is a direct effect to the player base in crypto games, which we also, felt actually. And it's not like independently what the economy is doing and the AAA game studios or the Web2 players doing. They're still, playing the game. Even in the COVID time, there was more player.
Of course,
at home,
yeah.
And we see that a direct correlation to that as a blockchain game studio.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual main lesson for us was to thinking that it's enough to have a great game, which has a fun gameplay, and we will reach somehow with our gameplay a mass adoption, at least in the crypto space. And when we for example, just to getting some thought back about our research afterwards, what we have learned, and we made some researches, and we figure out some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't know, maybe Alien World. Alien World has around 200K daily users. It's one of the biggest crypto games actually currently, compared to Roblox, for example, which has over 20 million users per day. So you see the difference. And also Splinterlands, for example, has recently just read over 100K users, and Minecraft has over 10 million. So just to managing expectations properly, where we stand currently in the crypto space when it comes to play to earn games. And at the end, we think the transition from as a game studio should be the first thing should be to conquer Web2 gamers in order to bring them into Web3.
Yeah.
That is our biggest learning. And we actually started when we have built MetaFighter. The baseline of MetaFighter has been built independently of any blockchain asset. So it's the core game itself can be played without any NFT, any tokens. So you can just play for fun. And we thought in the beginning, okay, we need to make it independent because we need to be flexible. And that is the biggest problem what many crypto games are facing currently is they cannot be independent because the entire game ecosystem is, glued to the blockchain assets.
Mm-hmm.
And out of this reason, we decided to change our business strategy and go first big Web2, and we also started to build our mobile game, and we want to promote the game itself.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there will be also a funnel where we try to educate Web2 people in order to bring them, hey, would you like to buy an NFT? You can, join a big special tournament where you get rewards. Don't worry, you don't need any wallets or MetaMask or like that to manage your assets on a blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take over that for you. If you wanna learn more, if you wanna cash out, here's some educational stuff which you can go through and let us know if you have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the funnel what we are going to do is, and to ramp it up. So the main learning is actually blindly in a bull market to think if you have a good game in Web3, you're gonna make it. So that is not true. And that is the entire story of our learning actually from the last couple of months.
Okay, yep. So you learned the hard way.
Yeah, exactly.